on the way to go to $1 million house, and we're going to shoot videos in it. Yeah, so once we get to the house, yeah, you'll see. Okay, we're in the model house currently, the model home, and there's some weird classical music going on that I'm not a fan of, but whatever. Anyways, I'm going to show you all around. This is the master bedroom. Honestly, it's kind of whack compared to all the other cool things I see. The closet, it's tiny. But the bathroom, I guess, is cool. But whatever. Okay, I want to show you guys the master bathroom. Oh, look, it's me. And then the closet is actually huge. Like, the camera doesn't do it justice because these ceilings are so high. It's freaking gorgeous. And then you have a walk-in shower that you can go in both sides. And then, boom, look at that view. Gorgeous. Okay, here's outside. You have a little pool. It's not super big, but it's cute because you have all this area to make up for it. There's lots of windows as well, thank God, because who doesn't like natural lighting? But I love it. This music is killing me. I'm also super hungry, so we need to be done. Here's the view from upstairs. This is the bathroom in this ginormous bedroom. That's like a upstairs master bedroom. You have your bathtub, shower, toilet room, and then a big closet once again. This is huge. What the hell? All the filming in the house was so chaotic, and it was just super difficult because I was also filming on my phone for my Instagram. I just went to a model home with a builder and shot some content there to obviously promote the house but attract buyers, and that's what I do for a living, is sell houses. So that's kind of just one way that I do a little bit of like marketing. I always get asked, how do you get into real estate? And it's super easy. Like, it's much easier than people think. You don't need a degree. You do need to go to school for it, which you can finish it in like a month to however long you take to do it. You just look up your state, search up Georgia real estate school, and then it'll show you a list of like accredited schools. You take all the courses, learn what you need to learn. Every state is different. You can take your licensing exam. Obviously you need to pass that, but you do need to find a brokerage because you can't just sell just because you have a license. Don't go in it with unrealistic expectations, because I see a lot of people say, oh yeah, I want to get into it, and they do, but they realize very quickly it's much harder than they expected because it is purely commission based. You have to sell to make money depending on what market you're in. So like, I'm more to the luxury market. It can be difficult to obviously find high paying buyers to buy a very expensive house. Another challenge though is also being like a young lady, especially. I do get a lot of crazy comments, crazy looks, not being taken seriously, which doesn't bother me because I know my worth, and everybody that's worked with me could say, yeah, like, she kills it. I am not new to sales at all. Before I did get into real estate, I was doing eyelashes. I don't know, like, you have to sell your brand to people, and my whole brand was literally me, like, with eyelashes. It would be me, my work, but the whole business was literally like Gianna Mia, like that was the name for it. And people love that, but it taught me a lot about sales, but also taught me a lot about like how to run a business, how to scale it, how to be financially literate and responsible, because when you start making a lot of money at a very young age, which I was 17, You can only imagine. Like, I definitely blew a lot more money than I should have, but I learned. My whole trick to like selling, I sell to who I want to be, because when I was doing eyelashes, the girls that I'd be servicing were girls that have their own businesses, they have their own money, they could travel whenever, their whole lifestyle was literally funded off of themselves. And then I turned into one of those girls. So now when it's like, okay, I'm sitting in $1 million house with a client who's a freaking multi-millionaire, you see the correlation. We want the same thing. It's like my whole idea about why I picked luxury real estate, because it's harder than, you know, just selling a house. You have to find high-paying clients, and then you also have to know how to speak to them, because, you know, it's a numbers game for them. Everything has to make sense on paper for multimillionaires, especially if they're buying real estate, because real estate is a very big purchase. It could be an appreciating or depreciating asset. No matter how much money you have to be smart with what you're spending. Being mentally disciplined is also very important, because in order for you to see changes in your life and your lifestyle, and also creating new habits, it all starts with your mind and what you think. What you wish can come to fruition. You know, if you believe, oh, I'm so broke, I'm so bummy in such a shitty position in life, then that's exactly how your life is going to be. So you need to literally be delusional and believe everything you want so you can attract it. That goes to saying you also need to make some very unwanted sacrifices. When I first got into like the whole entrepreneur lifestyle, I had to cut off a lot of people, not because I didn't have time for them, but because of their mindset did not go with mine. It got to a point where we had nothing in common. I couldn't really talk about the same things with them, so it just didn't benefit me. And I probably sounded insane to them then, telling them, oh yeah, I'm gonna make a lot of money. And I'm like 17 years old saying that, but I did. Dating as well, you know, I did try it, and I realized, okay, it didn't work. Very strict about that, or who I date. But that's another thing. I feel like if you're just getting started into something, it's very hard to like manage a relationship, because you need to have a relationship with yourself, most importantly, because you're the only one that's going to get you to where you need to be. And also trying to, you know, manage a relationship with somebody else and nurture it while you're also trying to nurture your business. It's time consuming, it's draining. Like, you have to pick one or the other. Now later on down the line, when you have everything set, cool, no problem. But that was a big thing that, you know, I did have to learn. It was nothing that caused me any harm, to be honest. I learned quick from it anyways. I don't really get stuck on people, so it was no biggie. I also want to show you all like my little office area. It's so basic right now. It's literally just like my 2 desks and this mirror you could see me in. My posture, it's because I'm leaning over. And then this is like my work space. It's literally such a mess right now, but oh well. On a daily basis though, my day could be I'm doing absolutely nothing, and then I could be super busy, literally going from my house all the way across town to the middle of town, back to all the way across town, back to here. I'm trying to find my routine, which honestly I'm not sure I like having a routine or not. I kind of just like doing what the day calls me to do. But there are a few things that I want to incorporate every day, like going to the gym and at least going somewhere to like work. I'd rather go somewhere and like work, like a cute coffee shop. I also feel like that could, you know, attract somebody to me that may be needing a house. They'll be curious what I'm working on, and then I start conversation from that, because networking is important in any business. I don't care if you're washing cars. I don't care if you're selling coffee. You need to network, because there's a buyer for anything, no matter how little or small the market is. If you're good at what you do and if people like you, they're gonna come to you. Okay guys, it's the next day and my little assistant got shots because he's still a puppy and he is slumped. Oh my gosh. Look at him. Like, I've been trying to move him and he's he's just been laying here in the bed. Here goes little man eating. What? I'm trying to do laundry before I go and make some content for my Instagram, because there's like this trend that I want to do that I think will be funny, because it's like a Gianna thing, so I'm gonna do it. But I need my camera woman to hurry up and be done with whatever she's doing. So I am always doing laundry, it seems like. I don't know why. But that's okay, because that means I'm gonna be a great wife. Well, just kidding, that doesn't make you a great wife. There's more to laundry than being a great wife, like punching.
And if you hear this and then go and bend your back, go and bend your knees, baby, shake it to the max. Will the DJ please turn up the bass to the max? Please just rewind, let me shake it to the max.
Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. I ended up getting a little busier throughout the day. I was making content, running errands, trying to set up a final walkthrough on a house that we're closing on. So I had to get that scheduled, and then now I have a headache. But I want to show you all this video that I did on my Instagram. It was a disaster, but it's actually doing really good on my reels. I posted it 3 hours ago and it already has 5,000 views, and the video I posted yesterday has 1,200 views. So
I'm on my D in the outer. I call him Tabby like powders. He like it when I get drunk, but I like it when he be sober.
wait, I don't know if I can show that because is it gonna get copyrighted? Yeah, so now I'm just laying in the bed because I have a headache and I might take a little nap, but I'm gonna end the video here because I feel like it. So bye.